Today we're diving into my journey of developing my first tech product using Claude. I'll share my reflections, tips, and what I'd do differently in my next project. So let's jump right in. For those who might not know, Claude is an AI language model developed by Anthropic. I've been using their 3.5 Sonnet model to work on my product. And at just $20 a month, it's a tool that I found incredibly valuable. But it does have its quirks. One of the things that stands out is how Claude jumps into implementation almost immediately. While this might seem efficient, it can actually lead to wasted time if you don't first focus on the design. There's this great quote from Abraham Lincoln. "If I had 4 hours to cut down a tree, I'd spend the first 3 hours sharpening the axe." I might have those numbers wrong, but you get the point. The design phase is critical in software development. Before I dive into coding with Claude, I now prompt it to focus on design, asking questions like, what are potential issues with scalability? Or how can we manage the code base effectively? Has saved me a lot of headaches down the line. Another thing I've encountered is the usage limits. These can interrupt the flow, especially during a long troubleshooting session. But there's a workaround. When I see I'm nearing the limit, I ask Claude to summarize our session and create a prompt for the next chat. This trick helps maintain continuity and saves time. When it comes to debugging, simply copying and pasting code from Claude can lead to issues. You need to understand what the code is doing. If you're unsure, don't hesitate to ask Claude to explain things in simple terms. This way, you avoid prolonged debugging sessions in the future and truly learn as you go. The product I'm building is using Next.js, which I am completely new to and pretty new to JavaScript in general. Although it can feel like you're spending a lot of time trying to understand the code that Claude gives you, it's actually worth investing some time in trying to understand it now while you're developing it, rather than in the future when your product or application gets more complex. It will make those debugging sessions way harder. So if there's something that you completely don't understand, it's good to just ask Claude to explain that to you in simple terms. One downside of using LLMs like Claude is code sprawl. Claude doesn't always remember previous code, leading to duplicate files and confusion. I plan to try solutions like Cursor, which integrate more contextually with the codebase, but until then, regular cleanups and reviews are essential. It's kind of annoying to have similar files with slightly different names because of the issue of Claude not fully understanding the context of the entire code base. So often it will make suggestions to create a file very similar to one you already have. So you may need to be prompting Claude to remember the files that you have on your machine. And that can be kind of time consuming as well. Interestingly, Claude has also been a source of emotional support. There have been times when I've been working on this product and had moments of self-doubt where I said, no one's going to want to use this, or this isn't that great, there's nothing special about this. And one night I decided to express these feelings of self-doubt to Claude, and I got an encouraging response. And it seems kind of weird to say that an LLM kind of pumped me up and lifted me back up, but that was something that was kind of nice. To wrap up, while Claude has its limitations like lack of full context and occasional runarounds, it's been a game changer for my tech project. The key takeaways are: invest in the design phase, use prompts to maintain context, understand the code, and don't hesitate to talk to Claude as if it were like a friend or a mentor. You may be getting some encouraging responses that you didn't know you needed. If you found these tips helpful or have any questions, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on this journey of creating a software business. Thanks for watching Tech Transplant, and I'll see you in the next video.